Hello and welcome to Let's Compare Commodore 64 versus Amiga, and this time it's going to be the game Outrun, made by Sega in 1986. And anyone who's played the arcade version will know that most of the machines were a mock Ferrari with steering wheel and pedals, so you had a sense of actually controlling a real car. Sort of. In any case, someone decided that obtaining the license for said game and convert it to the home computer systems would be a great idea, because people would probably buy it, especially those who knew of the arcade. Before anything else is being said, I am aware that it's probably been converted to other systems as well as the Commodore 64 and the Amiga, but those are the two computers that I'm dealing with in general, so yeah, well, no comment on any other version. In any case, the arcade experience is a unique experience that is impossible to emulate or copy onto home computer systems, but I suppose you can try and do your best. And if you look at the top of the screen, where the Commodore 64 version is running at the moment, graphically it doesn't resemble Outrun much, but the gameplay is very fluent and it feels like you're actually racing. If anything, I would knock the Commodore 64 version's graphics for the fact that hills and turns has a very bad habit of being shown in your face, very sudden. And it's not so important with hills, but the turns, if you're not aware of the fact that they are coming up, your car can get thrown all over the place, which is a bit of a nuisance, but I'll take it, I'll accept it. And if by now you've already looked at the bottom of the screen, you'll notice the Amiga version. Yeah, the still screen promised so much, and then the game started moving. Or not moving, as the case may be. I'm not even going to comment on the graphics because I'm speechless when it comes to the graphics, but the flow of the game is so horrible, it's unbelievable. I mean, this is a glorified slideshow, nothing else. An interesting little graphical gimmick on the Amiga version is the fact that the passenger and driver changes position when the car is turning right. Obviously the driver is very allergic to right-hand turns and is demanding that his, if you will, companion is taking care of those, because yeah, I don't know whether it's some sort of joke or a graphical oversight, but I'm inclined to believe it was the latter, as the Amiga version in general is an oversight. Many people are rating the Amiga version of Outrun as one of, if not the worst Amiga game ever made, but I will not allow it to have that distinction, because unfortunately I have seen worse than Amiga Outrun. And anyone who could do worse than Amiga Outrun is trying very hard. In the sound department, both the Commodore 64 and Amiga versions are made. The music even, and sound in general, is done by Jason Brook. Should be a well-known name to Commodore 64 users specifically. And he's managed to capture the sound of the arcade quite well, at least the music. The sound effects, well, yeah, yeah, nothing too much to be said about those. But we reach the game over status on the Amiga version, and it shows one of the features of the arcade game, which is the fact that it's 15 stages where you turn right or left at the end of the stage you are currently on, and then you end up in 5 different paths. The Commodore 64 version, thankfully, they allowed for single loads, so you load individual paths instead of having to rewind tapes and things like that. So yeah, they saved Commodore 64 users a bit of a hassle. If you will move the association with Outrun, I would say the Commodore 64 version of Outrun is actually one of the better racing games. It's definitely better than Lotus's Street Turbo Challenge. Yeah. The Amiga version? No thanks. How not to do arcade conversions. But inspired by what I did with Rolling Thunder, which I played on a faster chip just to see if it made a difference for that game. I tried to run Outrun on a 28 MHz Amiga, and lo and behold, it's actually flowing much better than it was before. It's still a horrible, crappy game, but it's actually moving. And there's only one little catch with doing that, and that is the fact that this game will not tolerate any processor above the 68,000. So, most expansion boards for the Amiga 500 would feature 68030, 40 or 50 MHz, maybe even 25. I've never went that low. Sorry, sound elitist. So what I did was I used some emulator magic to get a 68,000 to run 28 MHz. Not something I would recommend if you try with a normal 68,000 chip. And just for comparison value, I have added a touch of arcade footage so you can see how the game is supposed to be looking in the original. It is without comparison. You can always argue that an arcade machine is made specifically for one game and using all its power to run that one game, but still. While I will forgive the Commodore 64 version, especially if you forget the name Outrun, I will not forget the Amiga version. It saddens me because it's still taking place to this day that people will release such garbage and say, well, that's playable, that's acceptable, we can charge money for this. And back then, I know Steam has given people a chance of a refund if they're not happy. But back then there was no such thing as a refund. You bought a crap game, that was your fault. If it didn't work, you could barely get it replaced, but getting a refund because you didn't write it? No such thing. No. And developers, unfortunately, a lot of them seem to thrive on that. So people don't read reviews of games and they get burned, and they didn't do it back then, and with all the information available, YouTube available, and all sorts of other things, there is no excuse. Always read reviews or see some sort of preview or some sort of whatever. See the game in motion, see if it's something that you potentially play yourself. As for this, thankfully I can finish this video here and say thanks for watching. I was not going to say I hope you enjoyed it because this crap. But in any case, take care and see you next time. Bye bye.